Sometimes it takes YouTube a sec. Probably because of the delay thing, honestly. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hope you're all doing well. How's everybody doing? My name's Ben. I'm the Senior Community Manager over here at Lenovo Legion. What's going on Twitch and YouTube in 1440p, glorious high resolution, hopefully. It's a little lower bitrate on YouTube, I think, than it could be, but we're going to try it out, see how it looks today. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Panoy, Worry Dice, Sisco, Dummies, Ravalak, You, Justice, Dr. Dead, Max, Daniel, Worry Dice, Velvets, we got Comp, we got Shocknowls. Shocknowls like a character. It's gotta be like a character if you're a main, right? So say what's up, dude? Panoy, Chime Pal, hello, friends. Hope you're all doing well today. Welcome in. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Great fundraising, Extra Life. Yes, where did I? So recently, I'll talk about this actually. Thanks for the segue. Appreciate you. From what you guys have said, I think there's like a short pre-roll, but I think there's no mid-rolls now, is my understanding. So in my opinion, that's an upgrade overall. We'll kind of keep an eye on it, but we will see. And then there's also now just a donate to charity button right below the channel, and that's like the main thing you can do, which increases your overall amount going to charity basically, because there's no split with Twitch. So that's pretty cool, and just makes it kind of nice. We got our verified badges back, thankfully, so we're good on that front. But yeah, excited about the changes for that overall. And yeah, we have 1440p streaming going right now. You said I look over sharpened. I mean, it could be the 1440p, we'll see. From what I have seen, it should be smoother gameplay on Twitch in particular with this change, because it's using a different encoder. So we're gonna test it out today. I think I've got it all set up, both 1440p on both Twitch and YouTube, I believe, today. And we'll test it out, and hopefully it holds up pretty nicely. We're also gonna be testing out a new computer today that I've not actually, well, I did an unboxing with you guys. We've actually really done a whole lot with it elsewise yet. So let me go ahead and show you really quickly. I think it should be this scene here. The new 7i Gen 10 is here that we're gonna be checking out. This is the, pretty much, I think it's unreleased right now. There might be some regions that have it. Like, I think it's coming in the UK and EU very shortly, but it's a pretty fresh release. So excited to check it out with you guys today. And we're gonna be playing the same thing that, if you watched Trent stream the other day, he played this too, but Lost in Random, The Eternal Die, which is a giveaway that we'll have today, as well as an interview we have happening at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'll play this with you guys for about 45 minutes on stream. We'll do some raffles, if Summer can help support that, possibly. And then we'll have the art director come on for an interview at 1. It'll be a little bit different because we're gonna do a preset list of questions for this one. So less of kind of the having your questions and get a key kind of thing. I have my own batch just because it's an art director who's not typically, you know, that's not typically the person who's in front of the camera and stuff. So we did have like a pre-set question list for this one, but I think it should be pretty interesting. And we'll have some key giveaways before and after that too. So should be pretty cool. Thank you, Summer. You were ready for it all the time. Love it. Didn't Ben look different, have glasses much, or internet really in general, which is kind of nice every now and then. But yeah, it looked like he did pretty well from what I saw. So thank you guys for supporting him during his first inaugural stream. We have some more coming in the future too. Look like you're using a fake Teams green screen background. Do I? Oh, does it look like a fake background over here? I mean, it's real. I don't know. Is it just because it's like over sharpened or something? The 1440p. Look, this song playlist got going on today. Thank you, Cracktones. It's the same thing that I always do. This playlist is all remixes of gaming music, generally. I think there's maybe a couple that aren't gaming songs, but they kind of fit the vibe. Upbeat kind of gamer, the gamer word, gaming themed music, basically. That's what I go for most of the time. Awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into the raffle. A key marked on the sheet with no username next to it. That's me, Summer. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. That's me. I grabbed that for the stream for today. I activated it. So I did take one key for that. Thank you, Deathwish. Appreciate you. It's a work in progress. You can see there's still a box over here that I have not hidden too well. And really, like, there's still a lot of work to do on the back wall. I have to put those square lights, if you guys remember, the nano leafs, those are still in a box, as well as all the soundproofing panels. Even like the guitars, I'd like to hang potentially, if I can find a wall to do it in. And a couple other things. I have like some pictures to hang, stuff like that, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'd also love to set up like a secondary desk station for streaming at some point. I kind of have it going back here with like the whole tabletop thing back there with the community logo and tablecloth is what I'm looking for. But it's, you know, I've actually it's funny. We moved in this house, and then a week later, I left for the vacation. So we've been on vacation longer than I've been in the house yet. So, but pretty happy with where it's at currently. We'll have a lot of cool things to work on in the future here. Box it so it's real. Exactly, that's true. That's how you know it's a real room. And the light back there, it's a big window. I like the window actually. Kind of adds some more floor lighting to the room when it's all closed off. So, what's that, Fidget? Also, very funny that there's still some badges here on Twitch, I've noticed. So you guys who were subs when we had subs still have your sub badges. I don't know how long that'll last, but it's going for now. So, kind of cool. Also, all the VIPs are back. All the channel points are back. You guys should have all your channel points, I think. At least when I checked, all my retroactive channel points are there. So, excited that hopefully they should be back to normal there at that time. John was great. You should do some more co-op stuff with him. Yeah, work on it, Nick, for sure. I think he seemed to like it a lot, so I'd like to work him in, and possibly still Summer too. I know Summer had expressed interest in doing it, so we'll see. I mean, part of why we're doing this is because I'm going to have a new kid later this year, my second son, and I'll be out probably intermittently. I think so. Interesting. I guess I can share it with you guys. I'm probably going to do a different type of leave thing this year where I will alternate months being out, which I think I got approval to do. So instead of taking, Lenovo get 4 months, which is wild, and I love that. But we can also be flexible with it. So I'll probably take a month off, and then come back for a month, and then month off, and then come back for a month. And so it'll be kind of an alternating thing, and I'll be less just like gone for a quarter of the year. So we'll see. And then those off months, I'll try to have Summer and Trent probably help out a little bit more. We'll see. We will see. Possibly others as well. That is a window. Yes, that's a window in the middle. It kind of looks like a light, right? I had it open earlier for a test stream, and when it's open, it really blows out the room with lots of light, which is nice. But for streaming, it's a little crazy. So. Yeah. Okay, chat. So again, a little rundown of what's going on today. We're giving away keys for the game that we're playing today, which is, it's a mouthful of a title, but it's a pretty cool one. Lost in Random Eternal Die. That is the name of the game. And we're playing on the 7i. I do have it installed here. I'm going to guess that this is a controller game, but I could be wrong about that. We're going to see once we get into it here. I have both the mouse and the keyboard as options. This is a controller game. Look at that. So let's go ahead and get that set up really quickly too. I think I may have to hardwire this though. I just realized because I believe that my current controller is out of batteries. Although I do have other batteries, I guess I can grab. And one of the other controllers that we use for the web event. Let me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna switch to this for 1 second, grab another controller. For 1 moment. Go to my back wall of stuff basically and come back. This one. So I've got the blue controller here instead, which is the one that we used for Global Web Summit. If you guys watched that last year, that Rocket League tournament, bunch of red and blue controllers that I have kind of stored back there in case of another event. So I'm literally just gonna connect this one instead. I think that would be easier. Look at that, connect. Try to connect my stream PC too. Love it. All right, where is the Xbox controller? Just do it this way, I guess. That works for me. Easy peasy. Slick blue. Yeah, we got blue and red because it fits the whole Legion theme. That was my thinking. So we basically, if you missed it, last year we did a tournament for mostly Lenovo staff, but some partners too, playing Rocket League, and there was a blue team and a red team. So I got blue controllers and red controllers to kind of fit the whole vibe. What else did I miss here, guys? Anything big? Oh, piece of news for you as well. Key drops are back and working pretty well so far. I think you guys might have seen the most recent we did was for Golf Gang, and it lasted almost 11 hours, which is awesome. So I was happy about that. With a good amount of keys. We have our next key drop tomorrow, and the hope is to do basically every other week going forward on Wednesdays at 1, okay? So we have a section for that built out on the community now if you want to check it out. So you can see our upcoming list of keys that are coming out. Tomorrow's going to be one called When Ski Lifts Go Wrong, which is a goofy kind of... people compared it to like that bridge building game or like Happy Wheels almost. That kind of stuff. And then 2 weeks from today or tomorrow we have I Am Fish coming out. So some pretty fun ones, all from Curve for this first batch of keys, but the goal is to hopefully work into a second every second week, basically. Potentially weekly in the future if it keeps doing well, to have this sort of predictable schedule. And I'll try and share out that more regularly as much as I can. Play that with your nephew, hilarious. That's the ski one, really? I've not played it yet. I think it's weird because we were trying to decide what days to do the key drops on. We picked Wednesday because I have found that typically I need to like be on monitoring the key drop, and it's hard for me to do that when it overlaps with the stream. We used to do it during stream days in the past, which was cool because I could then play it on the stream and promote it. But in practice, it was tricky because if something came up and people needed help, then I was like also streaming and it was difficult. So we're gonna pick Wednesday, and the idea is that way you have like something kind of happening each day of the week, with Tuesdays and Thursdays are streams. Wednesdays are the key drops. I think we're gonna move the wallpapers to Fridays probably, and then something Mondays, maybe game nights or something. I don't know. So that's the idea. Not to jinx it, but the last one went really smooth. Thank you, Sasko. Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of things that kind of come into play with it. One is really just how viral it goes, and I think I'm still kind of blown away by how massive Hue and Fall Flat was when we announced that, because a lot of these games, when we picked them out almost like a year ago at this point, and I picked ones that I thought would be fun for the community. In my mind, Hue and Fall Flat and Golf Gang are kind of similar because they're fun multiplayer party games, but the virality of Hue and Fall Flat just dwarfed Golf Gang. So it's interesting. We're kind of learning like which types of games people are most excited about, and we don't want all viral games necessarily, because it's nice to have a mixture of like the big titles and small titles and different types of games. But it's work in progress basically, and the goal is to do basically a full year of this, of iterating on the games that we pick and that kind of thing. Yeah, Ascent too. Ascent was very popular, which it was funny to me because I thought Ascent looked like a cool game when we picked it out, but I didn't really think it would be super popular. I guess it's just not my kind of game personally, but people are really very excited about that game, which was cool. And so I hope that there's more of that kind of stuff coming. I think our next few games are kind of like the more goofy, silly type of thing, whereas Ascent was our only really more serious one besides Milk and Sacrifice. But there are some others similar to Ascent if like people want that kind of gameplay experience. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how each one kind of performs and try to make sure the system can support it the whole way. Wednesday's better than Thursday. Yeah, I think it kind of works out. Middle of the week. We also like 1 p.m. I think that's probably a better time than 11 for a lot of places. There's no perfect time, right? Because there's a global thing, so someone's always going to have a bad time zone. But 1 p.m. means that West Coast people can get it. EU people are usually done work or like in the evening. A little tough for Asia Pacific, but usually people can find a way to do that still too if they want to. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, Scum was a whole other thing. We also have so many more keys now than we did in the past. Like the problem with Scum and what's the Prop Night, right? Is we had a fraction of the keys that we have now for key giveaways. So the things that we prioritized when getting the current key batches were to get a lot of keys, and we usually get indies too that overlapped. We also just have more kind of support for it internally now. But we really try and push for a large amount of keys this time, so it's not like if you guys have been here a while, you remember sometimes we'd run these things with the true drop style, and in like 5 minutes, sometimes even like 1 or 2 minutes, all the keys would be gone. And that was just chaos, honestly, with that structure. So that's why I really try to pick out games that we could get a lot of keys for, basically. So it's not going to be typically like the price of the game depends on mixture of like how old it is and how popular it is and like what the publisher and developer want to do. But I was pretty happy with the quantities that we got for this first batch especially. We'll have some different numbers of keys, and we don't always share how many keys we have with the intent to protect against abuse basically, but it's something we're iterating on a lot and committed to improving. So yeah, all right, let me get into this game and see what it's about. I don't know anything about this game. I'm just excited to be able to talk to the team behind it later today as well. It'd be 1 a.m. for most of us in Asia. Yeah, it's the tough thing. And we could do like an alternating schedule, but
in the wonderful kingdom
hopefully it just lasts longer and you can like get on in the morning and get it too. That's the kind of like the ideal solution, really.
And in prosperity.
All right, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
This was all thanks to the great
we're
Queen
also gonna switch to a different
Alexandra,
scene actually.
who fairly wielded the power of
There
the
we go.
ancient black dye.
Now you can see it a bit better. Does that work?
But this black dye was an ally of many faces.
Snap. Also,
As corruption
thanks to
spread,
GameSplant for providing the keys
betrayal
and setting up the interview.
and the kingdom soon fell, like pieces on a board.
Snap. I'm excited to check out this game. There's a lot of games coming out right now.
In this chaos, a sister's life was lost. But
In Pro 7i, this is the 7 here, Shock Knowledge. I like the 7i, the Pro 7i too, though. I kind of want to test that out some more.
Vengeance, the reunited pair challenged the evil before them.
Giant dice.
But the odds were not in their
gosh.
favor. And our
tentacle
heroes
dice.
found themselves dragged into the
This is
twisted
cool.
realms of the black die.
The black die. It's like, I can't think of that word. Eldritch horror kind of thing, a little bit. Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, Dice, the abusers. Funny your name is Dice with this game. The abusers are always something we have to deal with, but we've gotten pretty decent at it, thankfully.
Of course I'm Alexandra. Who else would I?
Your name's like exactly.
The dice
exactly.
makers. Fortune, I am smaller. Weaker too.
Oh, snap.
For how long have we been trapped here? Never mind. It changes nothing. Let us destroy this place, one
Kinda
way
gives
or
me, like,
another.
a little bit of Hollow Knight vibes with the mask thing, but I don't know. I'm curious to talk to the art director about that. Also, stream code we'll do. I think if we do a stream code during the transition, maybe summer, that would be ideal because I'm gonna have to spend like a couple minutes setting up with the art director around one. So we'll see. I think we can still do like 1 or 2 around then, though. The narrator reminds you of Lot. Oh, Lord of the Rings. I was gonna say. All right. Oh, this is snappy. I like it. How does it feel on stream? Let's see. Now, hopefully it should look a bit sharper for you guys than normal. I'm gonna check really quickly on borderless and stuff because again, some of the things with capturing laptop displays is at 16:10, it's a little goofy with some of the capture stuff. Let me test out full screen really quickly and we'll see. Is this on or off? Off, I guess. Does that just automatically apply? I don't feel like it applied. Let me double check. I guess it did? I don't know. Does it look smoother for you now? I think this is smoother on the stream now. Nice, okay. I like it. Kind of like a Diablo top-down thing. That's kind of the look it feels like. Ooh. Snappy. I like it. Thank you, Summer. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Any updates on your tower? Dice throw attack. Take this. Ooh, there's like a actual number or a value to it. I wonder, is that related to the damage maybe? It's very snappy and satisfying to play. It's been on stream a little bit blurry, but you're in browser. Well, check out 1440p if you can too. That's the thing I want to check out. Although I think even lower resolution should be kind of smooth. I think it's just HVAC for everything.
Fortune at last.
Mayor the Night.
Who are you?
After all I've done for you, well, I am Mayor.
Got full voice acting
Then
too.
stop playing around and.
Oh, we will play, Alexander.
Oh, snap. Where are we going? Into the portal. Oh, right bumper. Alright, got it. I don't think I have 4K. It should just be 1440. What up, Cherry? How's it going, dude?
Enters the board.
You're forced to use 720? You can't use 1080p? What are you on, Summer? Are you on mobile? I think you should have options. So I'm trying to Twitch enhanced broadcast beta, guys, if you're on Twitch, which should give you options for all the different tracks, basically, but there's also some regional restrictions, from what I understand, so we'll see. Alright, equip with ancient cards to unleash their magic powers. Alexander can carry only 1 card at a time. Nice and easy. Hold and release to do a card attack. Release during the flash for a perfect card attack. Card attacks cost energy charges. Collect energy charges by hitting enemies with weapons. Alright. I don't have anything else, so I'll take it. Throws a cluster of exploding flasks that inflict poison. Okay. Do it with right bumper, you said? Or what was this? This? Yep. Y, okay. Trying trying to figure out the flash thing inside. So I guess on the landing there? Or maybe it's just me getting the charges back. That's me getting charges back, I think. Yeah. So what's the flash? You can hold it for... It almost looks like you could toggle that in the future. I don't know. Cool though. I like it. Oh, we got Fog of War. Oh! Dash is very satisfying. Where's my dice? I keep trying to press a different button than dash. Oh, I picked up my dice. I see. That's cool. Wait, no cooldown on it, it seems like. A relic coffer. Coffers contain old forgotten magic treasures. Place relics and pearls on the board to gain. Ooh, there's a board. Treasures are imbued with dormant magic that amplifies various types of damage and luck. Match 3 or more of the same color to harness a boost. Interesting, it's like a mini game almost. As a reference, I've actually never played Hades. There could be similarities here, which I think that was the thing that kind of came to mind when I saw this game, but I'm curious for those of you who've played it, if you think there's similarities like that. Coloring wand, each consecutive card attack within 10 seconds increase the damage next by 10%. Increases all damage dealt to shielded foes by 40%. Dice throw attacks spawn 1 seeking icicles. I feel like the dice felt really good, honestly, so far. So we'll just put that there. And we've got enchantments. Oh, I can charge attack with this one. Nice. Can try that really quick. Nice. Classic spam. What's up, Moosey? How's it going? We dice are powerful. What's up, Soldier? Hello, friends. Hello. You're on 1440p, 62k. Nice, Kuhar. Is it looking pretty good, hopefully? Pika's got no problems. Cherry, you're eating a bagel and cream cheese. Dude, it's hot in North Carolina. I think this is the hottest day of the year we've had so far. So I am very glad to be in my new office because my previous studio was hot. If I was streaming it like right now in my old studio, it would be insanely hot right there. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, it's fun. What's up, Manty? We're giving away a bunch of these keys, so make sure you get your keyword in chat. How many do we have? We have quite a few, don't we? I think we need to do... We'll see. I'll probably have a little bit of time after the interview to play this again, but the interview... We'll see. I have a good number of questions to go through. The sword is pretty satisfying. Ooh, what's this? More coffer stuff. I like this system they have here. Color match to boost conjurations. What's a conjuration? Color match to boost cards. The pearl breaks in the process. Don't I need one of the other ones though? Like these color match, right? To boost conjuration. So I guess like if it's in the corner, it would match, right? I think. Or maybe it's like a double thing. I don't know. We'll see. Your middle thing are purple or blue, so you want those colors? Yeah, but I don't know if it needs to be directly next to it. I feel like it didn't really animate when I placed it. My thought was that it was in the corners, so it needed to be in the corners, but can fast travel, nice. Not much of a cooldown on this, which is cool. It is kind of like chessboard like this, or board game like. You can like counter or parry. Feels like you should be able to. Just dodging something. There's a lot of different abilities to keep track of. My dice over here. Dice is a cool mechanic. It feels kind of unique, I gotta be honest. With like the arc and just being able to pick it up so often. Oh, I wasn't paying that much attention, I'll be honest. I kind of thought that I could look at each one. So we go this way, I suppose. Fog of War is cool. Ooh. go for it now. Probably use a little bit of health. Okay, so you're making a choice here. I didn't realize that. Pip Dust or Cinder? I have no idea what either one does, to be honest. This gives you 20 though. So let's pick that one. Works for me. Dude, it was a great vacation, Moosey. Lots of time at the beach. Lots of time to disconnect for a bit. I appreciate it. What's up, T-Bones? Good to see you. Oh, who's our first winner? I see you calling somebody here, Summer. We got one first winner, looks like. Glad to see that. Is anyone playing Medieval Dynasty? I don't think so. Is that a new game, perhaps? The combat's almost identical to Hades. If you like this, I think you'd enjoy Hades. I mean, I've always wanted to play Hades. I have just never gotten around to it, so we'll see. At some point. Is Hades 2 actually out? Or is it like in beta? That dice. I like I guess that's the RNG of it. If you had a big roll, it does a lot more damage. Got a pearl coffer, conjuration to boost luck. Does luck like drops maybe? Let's just do this, I guess. Does this link up here? I feel like it's not doing anything though. Am I placing it wrong? It should be color matched, no? I don't know. These are all like connected. Maybe I need 2 there or something. I'm not sure. Try splitting your attention now. Welcome to streaming. Oh, this will be a good game for the Go. You're right. I should have set the Go up for this one. I might do that at some point. There's so many games to play. I forgot Death Stranding's coming out too. Although I think it's only on PlayStation, sadly. So I don't know if we can actually play it. I feel like Hades 1 is overrated. You think so? I've only heard great things about that, Starmy. I've not played it, so I don't have a perspective. But
well, if it isn't
merchant?
a living customer.
A merchant?
Not any merchant. Manny checks the best. Never knew
Good
I
voice acting,
cherished
though.
Monopoly. This anyway.
Alright, I can't afford any of this stuff. I have 7. Cheapest one was 100. Ooh, max health upgrades though. That would be nice. Actually, wait, is one health and one's max health? Yeah, okay, that actually heals me. This is max health. Interesting. So I guess we'll go this way. I don't know, there's a lot of options to go here. I like the combat, man. That goes pretty far. Oh, where's my dice? It's over here. Locked in, baby. More dice over there. Nice. Pip Dust, Cinder again. I don't really know. I don't know. Oh, here we go. It told me what I got for. I didn't read it. That's the problem. Trunks of misery, fear, and misfortune. Born from the burning dark fjord when a soul is freed from corruption. Okay. Doesn't really give me info on what it's for, though, I feel. Maybe that's a mystery I have to solve. Medieval Dynasty is a new medieval survival game. You build yourself from nothing and make new, so kind of like a survival crafting, basically. Interesting. It's been early access for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hades 2 has been early access for a long time, right? Ooh, a new card. Unleashes a fire cone that affects burn. That sounds cool.
New card up my sleeve.
Oh. Okay, so there's a sweet spot for it, I see. I couldn't really see it that well with the poison one, but it makes sense here. I think I've already been through here, right? Yeah. I see. The music almost reminds me of Ori a little bit. Just say health and shield. Is that what it is? That makes a bit more sense. Oops. Shit, how do I get that back? Too quick. Nope. Too slow. The dice is OP. It's really fun to just be snapping around like that. You get my buttons mixed up. It's cool that you can like throw them into the spikes too. We did it. Alright, Pro Coffer. Replacing relics. Relics and pearls can be placed on top of each other. This destroys the replaced treasure. Okay. Destroying a relic removes its power. Already harnessed boosts. Oh, interesting. So there's powers and boosts to it. I see. Color match to boost dice. The pearl breaks in the process. Boost conjurations. I'm still not clear on how to place these exactly. Match treasure this color to boost dice damage. The matching system doesn't make sense to me, I'll be honest. I feel like I have them... Maybe it's like a pattern, though, not just next to each other. I'm not totally sure. Yeah, 1 key at least has been done. We have a lot to go through today, not just the typical 2. Some bonus ones, thanks to the team over at Eternal Die. Very excited for that. Can you push enemies into those spikes on the ground? Yes, that's what's cool. Is I was trying to say you can do that, which is pretty cool. Oh, you can choose to get money instead. Interesting. Or currency, whatever it is. Cracked sapphire. The dice I like a lot, but like I'm not sure exactly where to place it. That's the thing. Like, if this feels like it should be on the corner, right? Because that middle one has the stuff in the corner, but I can't tell. Maybe like you have to do a pattern with them, alternating or something. Not sure. 3 on horizontal, vertical, or diagonal for a bonus. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So I can't get a bonus yet, right? I need to like get a match here. I see. You can't move them once they're placed, right? No. So we're getting pieces right now, but not the full thing. That makes sense. We got 1440p. Yep, Cherry, we're trying it out, man. YouTube as well, though. That's what I'm really like. I want to be able to stream in 1440p on YouTube. That's where it's really beneficial. Can I dash through here? Oh my goodness. We did it. So that one was just a fireball dodging puzzle. Fight. Lost too much health in the last one. Where's my... my dice. I don't think I need to hold that or anything. Nice. That's a lot easier, I think. Like you want to tee it up with the dice and then go in for the follow-up. Or just flip back and forth between them. Oh, we got some coins. Oh, it's a lot of coins. Nice. I might be able to afford an upgrade soon. We take it, we take it. Why'd you get the blue instead of purple? I'm sorry. I should have done it, you're right. I didn't understand the system yet. Why do you jump over the walls like that? The dashes. Health back, really. Ooh, that was a cool hit. Killed like 4 of them at once right there. Alright, health, or I need health, dude. I'm pretty sure. We've gone that way, I think. We've not gone this way yet. I like the mini-map. That's cool too. The tile system. Oh, he's got armor. Where's my dice? Oh. The dice has me hooked. Weird pattern. Dude, I I can see the addiction of this. It's really polished though. Ooh, okay, we've got some cool ones here. So, is the one with the blue on a corner? Not really. This one I could match and get 3 in a row. Charged weapon hits inflict poison. This one's got a bunch of colors on it, like 3 different colors. Being below 50% health increases all damage. Ooh, that's a nice one. I don't think I can fit it into anything in my current. I could do a couple of them here. Rolling an odd number increases the damage of the next charged weapon attack. I feel like charged weapon's kind of hard to use, but I want to test out having a combo. There we go. We figured it out. Thank you guys. Pearls are mainly used for color matching and break when harnessed. Okay. Relics grant unique passive powers and do not break when harnessed for boosts. Oh, nice. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Mr. Anderson. Is Anderson the winner? Congrats, Anderson. That's an OG name right there. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Happy Tuesday. What goes your mouth when you cannot speak? That's true. That's true. Bottom one and bottom left. Talking about the matching stuff? I just want to try a match. I don't think the others would get a full match yet. Are we on time? 12:47? We got a little bit more time here. I guess we go this way. See what's... Oh. This looks ominous. I feel like I have to go fight soon. Let's see. I probably could have checked with the merchant and bought something first, but we'll see. I don't know if it's going to force me into a fight yet or not. Yes, Dr. Dead. The 1440p is not available everywhere just yet, but you can still, I think, watch in 1080p if you can't watch 1440 at least, which should be pretty good, I think.
Ah, we have visitors.
Boss fight.
Sweet princess.
Let's see.
Are you blind? Fifth cousins Dublé. Pestering my childhood wasn't enough?
Who?
Well, Mayor the Knight recognized our true worth. Unfortunately,
voice acting is great.
This little adventure...
It is indeed a boss fight, I suppose. Oh, they're gone. I won. Ooh, they both got separate health bars. Ah! Oh my goodness. No damage to it. Run! Just keep choosing the dice. Seems OP. Okay, luckily they're not fighting at the same time. I thought for sure that was gonna happen. Feels kind of cheeky, but it's working. I need to try the charge attack. Is there one through there? No, I can't go through there. Okay. We fight one at a time, I believe. Okay, you cannot move while charging that. That's the problem.
Change things up.
Are they switching? Oh, plot twist. I like the poison. Ah. Woo. Poison? Okay, okay. Dang.
What a tragedy.
So I think it's a roguelite, right? Do I have to restart after this now? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But getting the feel for it, okay. Oh, is this like the reset mechanic, perhaps?
What in random? We're not dead, Fortune.
Rip, we tried. Got through the first half of it. I think it's a lot of this game though, right? Is learning the attack patterns.
A dice wielder.
What?
Oh, luck has finally turned.
On chance.
Sanctuary?
Yes, death is not final here, but in you, I see hope.
If defeating Mare is what it takes to destroy the Black Die.
It is.
Destroy the Black Die.
Hurry, Find...
Alright, I'm gonna reset. I assume this is like the lore behind how we reset, basically. I mean, oh no. Pip dust. The remains of the once living pips, still brewing with their creator's magic. Okay, we had the option to get that earlier. I still don't know what it does. Inspect.
A castle drawbridge.
Okay. This is a little different than I was thinking it would be. What's this?
The size of this robot pawn.
These like areas you can do later, maybe?
There's something about this fountain.
Those statues. Oh. Big froggy boy. It reminds me a little bit of Ori a little bit in some of the
That wonderful
design.
smell!
What?
Armor? Impossible.
What?
And yet, here we are, feeding Mare with our misery.
Blessings. You'd sooner curse me.
Do you
Oh,
want
dear.
to regain your strength, or not?
Swap and choose blessings. Each slot offers 2 blessings. Only one can be active at a time. Okay. Is this like what you can use to upgrade between runs, basically? Potentially. I have 50, so I could either get this one or the other 2. Tweeting info conjures extra energy shards. Increases all attack damage against other foes. Okay, these are just better, surely. I love the flat stat upgrades. Works for me. I spent 50, didn't I?
You'll be back
So can I see the weapon?
feeling stronger, Queen?
Nope.
Take care of her, Fortune.
Gotcha.
Ah,
Okay.
you look ready? Enter Mare's dark games here. Rooms twist and turn. Treasures are found and lost again.
Okay. This is the
This
repeat.
journal might... Now, if anyone can defeat...
So do you keep those upgrades like for every run, basically? It's kind of cool. You think so, Manatee? I mean, that's obviously one of the first things I thought of when I saw the game, but I'm curious to hear from the art team too what they think. A journal granted by chance. Alright, by chance you say. Mysterious proof. This is for run 2, I assume? It's a roguelite, okay. I actually
Pay a visit to
I feel
my
like Hades is
dear
like the
cousins.
roguelite. I've never played it, so I don't have that as a reference. Hammer of Storms. That's a ricocheting spark that strikes nearby foes with lightning. It's Thor's hammer. Ooh. That's cool.
Coins.
So, I think there is like a little, if you look at the skill shot, it kind of like glows for a second. That's when you gotta fire the big thing. I believe. I don't know. I like this one though. Stays around for a little while. Where do we go this time? I assume you lose all the treasures and stuff from last time, yeah? Be a nice upgrade to have for the boss fights. What do we got? Okay. Zappy Branding Iron. Striking a burning foe with lightning. What? Weapon hits conjure additional energy shards. Upon rolling 4 or 6, Fortune conjures a Seeking Tetrahedron. Ooh, I like this one. Oh, we have like a new board layout too this time? Oh no, it's the same thing. It just expands. I guess it gets further. That makes sense. And we have blessings this time. Nice. Okay. I see. I'm learning. I think a lot of games look similar to Hades at this point. You think so? What's up, Red Chaos? It's awesome. We're giving away keys for it today and talking to the art director in just a couple minutes here. In fact, I need to kind of wrap things shortly because it is almost 1 o'clock. We got through a run, which is the goal. I'm learning. Where's everybody else? Alright, nice. I don't know how the other guy died. Color match to boost luck, color match to boost conjuration. So we only have green in the middle, so we'll try that for now, I suppose. This is addicting, dude. I want to keep playing it. Compared to Hades instead of the goat binding of Isaac, I think it's more like the isometric thing, though. And like the combat specifically is kind of similar. Binding of Isaac is the OG though. I'll tell you what. That is the classic right there. I don't like the universe of Binding of Isaac that much though, honestly. Not for me. Coins or max health? Ooh. Max health seems good. Oh wait, did it not? Did it not increase my health? I don't know, I thought it was already at 75.
Traps.
I thought it would give me like 95.
Always with the traps.
Ooh. The alternating. Okay. I could probably dash through it, but that works. Always with the traps. Health, coins. Alright, we'll take the coins. Makes sense to me. Read the next one for me. BOL is undisputed goat. BOL. Oh, BOI. Binding of Isaac. Yeah, I've never played that one either, but like from what I've seen of it, it's never really been my thing, honestly. But fair enough. I know it's a classic for a reason. I think Binding of Isaac's true ending makes the universe worth it. Really? I don't know really like the plot of it, so you got me curious now. I love games like that have a big twist somehow related to it. Okay, chat, let me switch over here really quickly. So we are going to take a break for just a second and get ready to have our, well, not our, but the art director for this game come on and do an interview. There's a midstream code from Summer, so thank you for doing that, Summer. So give me probably like 5 to 7 minutes to set up the interview, if that works for you guys, and we'll come back on and ask some questions. Probably about half an hour interview or so. Sometimes it changes based on how things go during the conversation, but I'd like to also play a little bit more after the interview too, if possible. So we'll see. TBD on that. But yeah, stick around for just a sec. I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll have our interview going. Be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. My name is Ben. I am the Senior Community Manager over here at Lenovo Legion. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm here with the one and only Brant, who is the Art Director over on the Lost and Random Eternal Die. Brant, how's it going today? How are you?
I'm doing good, doing great. Yeah, happy to be here. Happy to talk to you and everybody else.
Awesome. Thank you for jumping on. We've been playing this for a bit here, and both myself and Trent, who was on last Friday, have played the game and liked it a lot. The art direction especially would be cool to talk about here today, I think, and hear kind of your role on it and, you know, just the game in general, kind of how it came into conception. So, chat, everybody welcome Brant, joining from overseas in Europe. Respect to the late time zone. Thank you for jumping on a bit later for that, too. Means a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. So, Brant, do you mind giving a quick intro just for yourself and your role on the game, sort of, as well as your own background in games in general?
Yeah, sure. Like we said, I'm the art director, so I lead a team of artists along with our art lead, Johannes, and the other leads on the team. And my job is to oversee the art style and make sure the visual quality is as good as it can be in the time that we have in production. So my day-to-day is usually I do a bit of concept art to try and plan for the future. And then I do a bit of feedback to shore up things we've done in the past. And then I'm in meetings with the other leads, you know, talking about whatever thing has come up that day that's pressing.
Right.
And lately I've been more involved with like the senior leadership at the company too, talking about like company vision and stuff, which has been a great learning experience as well. So that's my day to day. I've been doing this for like since 2011. So just let me know how in depth in my past you want to go, because it feels like there's more and more of it every year.
Yeah,
so,
wow, 14 years. That's pretty impressive. Can you just briefly talk about like how you got into working in games, I guess, in terms of that journey, then, just for reference?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's kind of like the official answer, and then there's the real answer, because you know I've been interested in making games as long as I've known it was the thing you could do, which actually started when I was like, I want to say like 12 years old or something. That was like back in the original Unreal Tournament days, where they shipped the original Unreal Engine and you could make levels for the game, and the original Half-Life had like a source engine you could also make levels for, and you know I got into modding and stuff like that, and then like my journey officially begun, I guess, when I started college. I went to Digipen Institute of Technology in Redmond, Washington. So yeah, that was like a 4-year program where they do a lot of fine arts, and then they move into computer graphics stuff. And that kind of like transitioned me from sort of an amateur hobbyist into thinking of this as my like full-time career and how I pay for everything I do in my life. Right. So,
Very cool.
And then of course I've learned a lot of each job too as time has gone by, but.
Right. Okay. So you had some actual formal training. Was it in, I guess, computer animation in some way, or actual related games?
Yeah, exactly. So we had, like, in my program, you could choose to either study computer animation or game art. And the two programs were very similar until the final year. So at that time, it was like, the degree is actually called like Fine Arts in Production Animation or something. So there was an animation focus, which is less common now. If you were to go to like game school, you'd have an animation class, but we did like short films and had cinematography class. I even took an acting class at that school. So yeah, I specialized more on the game side towards the end, but It was early days. You know, I started that program in 2006, so
wow,
we were still trying to figure out how to yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
That's ahead of its time. And then did you find, I guess just your, we won't talk about your whole history necessarily, but your first role kind of in gaming, was that, can you talk about that at all, what that was like?
Totally, yeah. So when I was in school, I really wanted to be a concept artist, and pretty much everyone told me it was a bad idea, that it would be almost impossible to get a job in concept art, and that I should not do it. That I should try, breaking in from somewhere with a little less friction and then hopping over or something. You hear that advice sometimes. Get your foot in the door.
Yep.
But I was like young and stubborn, so I was like, no, I'm going to be a concept artist. And I got really lucky because, well, I worked hard, but I got very lucky too. My friends always stop me when I say I got lucky. They're like, no, you worked hard. So I have to add that. But what happened was I applied to work at a company called Gas Powered Games. I applied at a lot of places, but they had not one, not two, but three open positions for concept art, and I ended up getting the third one. So I was beat the first two times and then just ended up snagging that last position, which that's sort of unheard of for a company to hire that many concept artists at once. So that was like my breaking in point. So I always tell people now, like when I work with students, that it's not impossible, but here's the lucky break that I found, and you might have to find something similar if you want to start with your dream job.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. We talk a lot about basically the industry and how to kind of get into it here whenever we have interviews, because everyone has their own kind of journey. And I think just hearing the first role especially is helpful, because that, I mean, in any industry, it feels like that's often the hardest thing to get, is that foot in the door, to your point. So cool to hear kind of your own story there.
And definitely, like, someone at the company, like one of my classmates who was a year ahead of me had gotten a job there the previous year. So she could kind of speak up for me in terms of my personality, at least, say I'm not a weirdo or something. and then like a lot of it is just gelling well with that art director, right? Like if he happens to like your work for whatever reason, I mean, there are people too with their own tastes, right? So it was kind of those two things that also worked in my favor. Would I have gotten the job if I hadn't known someone there? I don't know. She didn't introduce us. I would have met them anyway, but every little bit helps.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. The networking piece in that case, like, really is a big part of it for sure. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Well, let's talk about the actual game too, not just your own career and everything. We'll come back to it probably,
Sure.
But for this game, what was kind of your role on the game and your story and your piece of it, sort of as it came about?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been an art director for a couple of different projects at Thunderful, and I will often come in, for not the whole project, but for part of it, to kind of oversee either initial direction or kind of pushing it over the finish line. And for this project, I did the latter. So I worked on it for, the last, I want to say maybe 8 months. And that for me was like booting up the game, playing it, taking a bunch of screenshots, and like painting on top of it, and working with the artists to help them improve their work. And so I did a lot of like, making the art and the gameplay work nice together, by adjusting level of detail and contrast, and a lot of lighting, and actually user interface design too, because that's something you interact with all the time. And yeah, I kind of liked working that way, because they had an art lead already who managed the day-to-day like tasking of artists, and he gave a lot of feedback as well. So I would get to like do a paint over and describe how I wanted it to look, and then I would hand it to him and say, okay, now you figure out how to actually like divide this up into work for the people to get it done. So it was kind of a really nice way of working for me. It was sort of a dream, and the game's art style is, of course, largely based on the first one. So we have this like beautiful library of work to get inspired by, and a lot of the artists that worked on this game also worked on that one. So I could kind of lean on their like expertise as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my experience working on it.
Okay.
Mostly, yeah.
More of sort of the polishing, it sounds like, for this one, in terms of like you weren't the one coming up with the original ideas necessarily for the art. Is that right?
That's true. Although now that I think about it, there's some things that I definitely made, like like doing big picture stuff mostly, but then like the gates in World 2 that you open to get between rooms, I designed that, and like the mud that slows you down that everybody hates. Like initially it looked yeah, that's me. No, I didn't do the game design, don't blame me. No, but I made it look extra gross, I guess. So like I gave some gave some love to those little pools to make them look really sticky. Yeah, so there's like the little things that I would put my hand on specifically, but mostly it was the polish. Like, for instance, all the character designs were done when I joined. So that's something where like our concept artist, Mikhail, he designed all the new characters, and they were all modeled as well, I believe, except for some of the very end stuff. So my place was kind of like, coming in and making everything fit nicely together.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. And were you involved in the first game at all, or it doesn't sound like you were? But I'm just checking.
No, I wasn't. But I do know that one of the key concept artists, I met him like on accident at a panel at the Swedish Game Conference. That was quite fun. So and the person who was the creative director for Zoink was the person who hired me. So I kind of have like close ties, but I didn't actually work on the game.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's cool to hear the process there, especially, again, I don't think we talked to a lot of the art teams as much, because generally they're not the ones who want to come on and do interviews versus like,
I know,
the marketing
they're so shy.
things. Yeah, no, it's just understandable. So it's cool to hear your perspective of that, and just how that can vary between like a director, right, and sort of the lead artist, and like what that actually means in practicality in terms of how it comes into play on the project. And it sounds like this project isn't always how it is for you. Sometimes maybe you're more involved in kind of the ideation and things like that. Is that accurate?
That's true. I mean, I was the art director on SteamWorld Heist 2, and on that game I was on it for I wouldn't say from the very beginning, but kind of when they first started needing art for it, because in the very beginning it's a lot of like design and bare bones engineering. So that one I was on for the full thing, and I just kind of go where I'm needed, and sometimes I'll art direct multiple projects at once too. So I like the variety. I think I prefer it, but yeah.
No, that's cool. That makes sense between projects too. So one question I often ask, and I'm curious your thoughts on it for your role. Can you talk about one of the more challenging things that you worked on with this game, or even if it's something else recently, and talk about that process a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I think one of the most challenging things to do well in any game, but it was challenging in this one too, is the user interface design, because it is it's so tied to the player experience, and it really how should I say, like, it's usability first and sort of visual flair after, in a way that is much stricter than other elements of the game. So, for instance, designing the UI for the relic system, where you place the little things on the board. We went through a lot of iterations on how much color to show on each little token, right? Because sometimes you have 3 colors at once and you have to match it, and then you also have an icon. And so it's a lot of like balancing the information, making sure it's on style, but also making sure it's readable for game design. And then comes the day when the game designers are like, all right, now we have 150 new icons you need to make. So it's like, there's also like a really high workload for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the user interface design is definitely one of the it's like a choke point on every project I've been on. Yeah, it's also something that artists tend to not specialize in.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit of a
gap,
it's
sort
a
of.
good, yeah, and I think it's a good thing. Like if you like doing it, to look for work in that field is quite good. So yeah, that was definitely a challenge for this project. The other thing was just we always want to make it bigger, right? Like bigger and better and more beautiful. I have so many like mock-ups I did of how things could look, and it's like, but then reality sets in, and there's time and budget and personnel and like real life stuff of game dev, and so figuring out what the best thing you can do in the creative space you have is always a challenge as well.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think just playing the game so far, the UI is the thing that I've kind of was thinking you might talk about, because I feel like that relic system is pretty unique to the game in terms of that. And when you mentioned how much color there is in that, that's a good point. That's something I hadn't thought of, but it makes a lot of sense as a challenge there, for sure.
It's good if you didn't think of it, because it means it's probably working.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If it was confusing, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, I think it's a well-designed piece of it. So another question for you. When you're, I guess, like throughout your whole artistic process, right, as a director and everything, are there specific games that you draw a lot of inspiration from, or maybe can you even talk about like your kind of creative process for when you are going to work on something like this, like how you go about doing that?
Yeah, there is a short answer and a long answer. I mean, I have a couple of like favorites of mine in the industry right now, or that came out in the last 5 years. One thing that people get annoyed with me for talking about now is how much I love the art in the Ori series, like the Blind Forest and Will o' the Wisps.
Yep.
I think it's so gorgeous and beautiful, and like everything is, and so that's been a big inspiration for me. I know that the team was really inspired by the Leica Studios, the film studio that made Coraline and Box Trolls and like a bunch of beautiful
I can see
stop motion stuff. So that's been a real, and they have so much work. Like when you look into everything they produce, there's a ton of work there to reference. And then for my process, it's kind of honestly it's a bit boring, because I do a lot of like research, like researching the genre, researching the market, researching what players are into. And then I get to know each member of the team and what their strengths are. And I try to basically find like the happy marriage between all these elements that will produce something both that's beautiful, but also that doesn't like put too much strain on the production. Because if you have someone who has a real strength, maybe you weren't considering incorporating that particular thing, but if it's something they're really good at, the game will be better if you do add it. So you like, it's kind of like work it out like a little puzzle, and it's not what I thought it was, which was going into a tower and not coming out for a year, and then coming out with like beautiful images, and then being really strict about whether people should adhere to it exactly right. That's not really what I found works. But everyone's process is different too, I suppose.
No, I think it's super interesting, especially. Have you worked on a lot of different types of games in terms of genres and things?
Yes. Like a lot.
Yeah. That makes sense. And so I think it's interesting to think about what the research process is like for that, because, what you do on one game may not, I mean, some probably like fundamental things carry over, right, in terms of like design theory and things like that. But the genre can shift a lot, I'm sure, between games, and you might have to kind of rethink the whole next project in terms of how you want to do it. So I think it's, especially over 11 years or however long you've been in, 14 years maybe that you've been in games.
Yeah, I think it's 14.
Yeah. That's a lot of different potential projects to work on and have to kind of think and change your mindset each time. So I think it's pretty interesting.
With the game itself, like the most important thing is to play test it a lot, and like stay open-minded when you play test it and try to find like let the game sort of tell you what it needs. It sounds very like hippy dippy, but that's when you switch genres so much, that's the thing that can help, because you could be trying to solve the problem with the wrong set of tools otherwise. So playing it a lot, and it's something that can be a struggle to get everyone playing the game. Game designers do it, of course.
Yeah.
But, scheduling time for the regular playtest for the art team is super important too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking sort of is I mean, obviously playtesting is important, but I wouldn't have thought the art team would be the ones doing the playtesting. But that's an interesting way of putting it is, I mean, you can kind of feel it out as you're playing if things are missing artistically even, right? And things that you need to shake up. So that makes a lot of sense. And so it sounds like basically everyone on your team is playtesting the game for all the departments.
Yeah,
right?
we do a play test every week. Yeah,
nice.
Friday mornings we do a play test, and sometimes there's like a specific focus. Other times it's more open, but and that's very healthy. And it's one of like, I think it shows when you especially in the combat, like when you play Eternal Die, that it feels really tight and fluid, and that's because like VFX artists are playing the game and analyzing whether their effects make the feedback of the attacks feel good, and 3D artists are playing the game and seeing if the weapon model is readable when they swing, and that's been not every team I've been on has had that regular play tests, but it really helps.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense if you're actually, I think especially as an organization gets bigger, it's easy to probably get disconnected from that, right? And you get to sort of the corporate side of things potentially, but when it comes down to it, the game is the core of it that you're making. So it's cool to hear that there's so much, hands-on with the game at the studio overall.
Yeah, and Thunderful is quite large, but our team is still like, we're lucky in that we still retain some of our like small team indie development mindset. Our teams tend to be around 20 people or less if it's early in production. So getting everyone on the same page is much easier, which I really like, because I've worked at bigger companies too, and yeah, you do start to feel a bit disconnected, and I like the LAN party vibe that comes from like the indie studio or the indie scene. So yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay, I'll shift gears a little bit here. So I learned this recently. I used to ask the question pretty often of like, what advice would you give to someone who's starting in games? And what I've realized is that inevitably the advice is just start for everybody. So I'm changing that question up to instead ask, what would you tell yourself if you were getting into, like, going back to when you were starting games? What advice would you personally give yourself that would be useful at that point, looking back of, your career that you've had up until now?
That's a really good question. I haven't heard it phrased that way, because usually what I try to do is look at what the market is like right now and what skills are needed. But and in doing this more like in an introspective way, it's a nice framing. This is me stalling, complimenting the question.
Well, I'll help you stall a little bit. You did talk about like what I thought was interesting, that the UX designing kind of skill, right, is maybe needed more in gaming. So I think that's pretty interesting and not something we've heard. And I hope people are listening in chat to that too. But yeah.
Yeah, I suppose there's like two kind of angles I could take on this question. One is like the practical nitty gritty, which is like even if you're an artist, you're still making a game, and you have to think of put the player first and think of what is gonna like this. Not everyone can make art, so when you make art for someone or a game, it's like giving them a little gift. And when you buy someone a gift, you don't give them a gift you would like. You try to understand them and give them something they would like. So I think art can be kind of like that. You know, you're giving someone a little gift, and you put the player first, and then if you do that, if you show that in your portfolio or in your projects, I think that people who hire like art directors, they will pick up on that. They'll see those seeds will bear fruit. Then the more like I have some compassion for my younger self because I was worked so hard and was so stressed out. I would also tell myself to like just relax a little. Like life comes in seasons. There's droughts and there's floods, right? So you have to kind of like be diligent, work hard, but also give it time. You don't need to rush it. You have a lot of time. That advice I wouldn't have listened to as a 22-year-old though. So I would have been like,
fair.
yeah, old man, like,
Right.
whatever you say. So, but that's what I wish I could have done then is kind of relax. And there's a practical reason too, which is that with art, you have to be, and anything creative, you have to be in an open frame of mind. And if you are stressed, then you close down and you take the first answer that presents itself. Whereas if you're open, you tend to be more creative and explore. So it might be self-defeating to grind really hard. So maybe I would have listened to it a little bit better.
Well, I think that's a great way to frame it too. I think especially in the context of art, right, in games, and that kind of stress to creativity balance in a way. But I like asking the question this way because I get a lot more unique responses from people. So, and of course, I think you mentioned you have some sort of teaching related to games. Is that right? In terms of
I do,
helping others?
yeah.
Okay. So do you have a more standard kind of, what you tell people who are getting into games maybe that since you have some experience kind of teaching others?
Yeah, I taught portfolio. So I've taught at the college level at a couple different schools in the US. I haven't started in Sweden yet, though I'm interested in it. But when I taught portfolio classes, usually what I would, I had some strategies for how to stalk people on LinkedIn that I would teach people how to do. And this is sort of common knowledge now, right? Because LinkedIn's been around for a while, but instead of guessing what you should put in your portfolio, I would say like go to the company where you want to work for, and it could be that specific company or just a company that's you want to work at a company like that one in the same ballpark, and then find someone at the company who has the job that you want because they list and then look at their portfolio. It's very likely that they got hired with that portfolio. So you can sort of build you don't want to copy individual pieces, but you can sort of, if you're thinking, should I do environments and characters, or should I add UI, blah, 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 blah. You can kind of use theirs as a framework for how the structure of the portfolio should look. Because then you're sort of tapping into the taste of the specific like art director and leadership at the company rather than kind of guessing. So that's something that I would have students do. And yeah, there's a lot of little tips like that.
Well, I think that one's very unique too. I've never heard that response. So, but it kind of makes sense. You're kind of working backwards from, the role you want to get to and looking for success cases in that way. So I think it's a pretty cool strategy too, honestly.
Plus, if you tell people at the interview, I saw your portfolio, I really like this piece, that everyone's happy about that.
That's true. A little flattery.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, we're, I think, about 30 minutes in here. I've really appreciated kind of going through a discussion of, your role on the game and even just your background in gaming on the art side of things. It's pretty unique. So I appreciate you kind of sharing that. Is there anything related to the game itself that you want to kind of share before you close off in terms of updates or anything people should follow along with on the game?
No, not in particular in regards to updates. We are really happy with the launch. We're happy. We're just overjoyed that everyone's hopping in and playing it. I read the Steam reviews every day. I think if you're on the fence about whether or not to pick it up, I would say just give it a try. It's pretty cheap and it's a really good time. And yeah, we're very happy with the release. So
awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you for jumping on again, Brant. Guys, make sure you follow Lost and Random. I don't know if you guys have any socials or anything for the game itself, or maybe just more of the publisher and studio.
Yeah, we have. I should be able to link to it exactly, and our social media manager is gonna strangle me when I get off the call. I think she's watching, but we do have socials. We have we have an Instagram, I know, because I follow it,
Nice.
and I think it's either Stormteller Games or Thunderful or both. So definitely follow there. It's very active. So. Yeah, and of course you can find and follow me if you like what I have to say. I don't post as much art as I used to, but I have ArtStation and Instagram and all that stuff.
Nice. So you guys can go copy Brant's portfolio to get the job.
Yes.
We learned today, right?
Right, exactly.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, Brant. We'll sign off here. I'll jump off with Brant and just kind of wrap up in a couple minutes, and then we'll come back on and finish out the game not finish the game, but play more of the game on stream after today, and just more of that. So cool.
Yeah, nice. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. Chat you back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. See you in a sec.
Feel the boogie, wanna feel the beat. And I know mama told me not to wear it out. Step aside or I'm gonna knock you out. Keep up, bust the move. Put on a show cause you're here to prove. What you got is all you need. Step it up and take the lead, yeah.
Thank you, Summer. All right, chat. We ready to get back into it? How many keys do we have left, Summer? I'm trying to decide how we want to go about these. We don't have to give them all away today necessarily. Oh, you're drawing some. Never mind. You're crazy. You're correct. All right, chat, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again to Brant for jumping on today for the interview. Been a while since we've done an interview. I didn't realize till we switched. I think my scene is missing a couple of things, but I think the interview itself was great. I really appreciate Brant coming on to give an artist perspective on game dev and also just the game itself. I think the game visually looks really cool. And it's funny, I forgot to mention this to Brant, but yeah, the Ori references. Now, I don't know if he actually designed the stuff that reminded me of Ori in this game because he was kind of polishing stuff, but I did call the Ori reference. So I was pretty proud of that. It's pretty cool. 5 keys left, really? How many mods are here? I don't have a good number of mods here. Not totally sure. What's up, Akuzni? Welcome in, guys. We are going to be getting back into the gameplay here. As a reminder, we're playing on the new Legion Gen 10 7i, the white edition. that you see here. And I just got through we'll get into my second run, basically. I died to the boss originally, which happened, but yeah, pretty happy with this overall. Stuff you can take from it to your own lives too. To what? Oh, the interview stuff. Yeah, I think you know, not everyone watching obviously wants to work in gaming, but I think a lot of the life lessons there are useful. Like the LinkedIn thing, even you could really apply to non-gaming stuff too, theoretically, if you wanted to, and even just the thoughts on shifting your mindset between different things or researching things based on a project. I think that's kind of useful to know. Even like I always talk to the formal education stuff too, because it seems like nowadays formal education is a little bit rarer in gaming, but also maybe it depends the size of the studio you're working at in terms of how relevant it is. So yeah. Thank you, Moosey. Yeah, we're jumping back in here. Also, what's up, Jay? Good to see you. The in-game music's fire. Well, this is not the in-game music. Sorry, this is a Zelda cover that I currently have for my VRB screen. This is the in-game screen. Now, this does remind me a little bit of Ori 2, actually. Especially the little xylophone flare in there. I'm a big music nerd, if you guys didn't know. So here's the game itself. We're gonna get back into it. I'm on like I said, my second run, I believe. Let me also shift this over a little bit so you have the full UI there. There we go. And we have a couple more keys I'll be giving away. But reminder, if you guys like the game, please consider also picking it up. If you want to support Brant and the whole team at Thunderfall, I think there's a pretty good price on it overall, and it's a lot of fun so far. So highly recommend it. I also do want to check this thing out on Legion Go potentially, because I think it could be really fun to play on there as well.
That's a new one. Let's bring it down.
Ooh. Is this like a mini boss? Ooh. Seems like it. Get right back into it. Ooh, this guy's got some help. Ooh. Locked in now. Dude, the dashing is so satisfying. I gotta say. Here's Brant. What did you find, Moosey? Oh, the link? I think the links are getting blocked on my little chat overlay. Sorry. So this is what he was talking about with the UI design. That I really like how clean it is, and so it sounds like there's a lot of polishing that happened here, which is cool to hear. One thing I don't know. So these have like the blue and the yellow on them. What I can't tell is if it needs to be on a corner or if the whole side is like a double side, basically. That's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. None of these really match is my challenge right now. So I don't know which one I want to do here. Not sure. 15% for what, Cal? When 3D screen, Dr. Dead? Should be soon, I believe, for the 9i you're talking about, I believe. And yeah, it gives me, this is the Gen 10 Legion 7i, which I am tempted to make this my main laptop. I'm currently on a Gen 9 Arctic White. I love it. But this one is an OLED screen, and it's kind of amazing. So, tempted to do it. All right, I'm just gonna do I have to place it actually? Here's a question for me. Can I like pick this and then dock it somewhere? No, I think I have to place it. Okay. Oh, but we could do like. See, I don't know. I don't know if the whole side is blue like this. You know what I mean? Or if I can maybe get away with it. I feel like I should pick this one, but I could also just hold one of these and try and get a match later, potentially. Upgrade's an upgrade. It's true. It's true. Let's pick up every third weapon increases damage of the next charge weapon by 30%. This sounds like useful. So maybe I can dock it over here, potentially. No, it must be like double-sided, right? Because otherwise you couldn't place anything here without getting a match. So let me attempt this. I think like, I don't know, man. This maybe as a test. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just trying to say add in stuff from Brant. No, you're fine, Mostly. I think it was just some of the moderation to camp. Oh, is it Steam Deck verified? Nice. I would love to play it on the Legion Go OS, the Steam OS version. So if we get to play more of this, there's so many games to play lately that I've not been like double playing a lot of games, but potentially could in the future. Throw this real quick. That. Oh, there's a bunch of them now. The dice are OP, man. It's the range. Look at that. Look at that chain reaction of some kind. Pip dust or cinder? I'm still not sure what cinder's for. The pip dust we figured out is for the blessings. So for now, I'm just gonna choose that because I don't know what the other one does. We'll find out. We will find out. What is this?
Too good to be true.
What? Treasure on every step. Is this like a mini board? Talk to me.
And peace won't move itself.
Oh. Is it like... Oh! Huh. That's cool. Just a bunch of free stuff. What? This is awesome.
Lost these ones.
Okay. Oh, isn't there green? Look at that. That one... Oh, they disappear when you get those? And it becomes... Ooh, okay. Plot twist. Alright, more dice rolling. Cinders for weapon upgrades? Ah, I got it, okay.
Enjoy your winnings,
Dang it.
nice wielder.
You actually want to get low rolls in this board, that's funny. I guess we go this way. How many... Yeah, Summer, let me know at the end how many keys that we have left, and if we have any extras, we can maybe put some for channel points or something, or just save them for the future. Woo. Some good damage now. Get that shield off. Oh. There's a lot of nice polish to this game, which I see now that I'm playing it. Does this... Oh, it does make it. See? So it's a double-sided. Okay. Nice. Love to see it. And this one retains the yellow afterwards. Very nice. We figured it out. The draw is happening throughout the stream right now. Ahmed, just to be here in chat. And Summer, I think, stepped up for a second to... Oh, there's gold in these? Nice. She stepped for a call, but she should be back in a second to pull more. How many points do you guys have, actually? I'll turn the game down for you. That should be a little better, hopefully. If you guys have all of your massive channel points back, which is going to be interesting for bringing back the giveaways in terms of like the channel points. Because now I can't like do a fresh reset, but also you don't lose all your hard work towards like VIP, so it's probably fine. I'm gonna try to get the return of those channel point keys starting probably next week with some of the key drop games that we have going on. All right, what we got here? Fractured Amethyst, Fragile Emerald. I don't know what Conjurations is. I guess that's the cards, maybe. Let's do... Now here's a question. If this is still in the middle, like, can I match it with anything? I don't think I can, right? Doesn't have a value to it, unless maybe it's like a wild card. Doubt it, though. 239k, all 310, 50k, 152k. Okay, yeah, so you guys have all your gargantuan balances back, which is good. I gotta find something to burn those with, I guess. I really wish Twitch would just let you see the economy of what everybody in the channel has. Hello again. What do you got for me? I can buy this. That's just flat health, though. Max health should give me like a top end boost, right? But I don't think it is currently. 210k points, Glacial. Yeah, you've been here a long time too. Nice. Is Legion the line of Lenovo gaming laptops? Correct. Feels dry. We technically have LOQ too, but Legion is our main gaming lineup. So we're playing. But this is a Legion channel, but yeah, we're playing on a Legion laptop right now. That is built for gaming. There's a couple brands like that at Lenovo. There's also Yoga, which is more of kind of a creator-student focused laptop angle. Or of course the ThinkPad, which is probably the best, most storied brand. All the above. So on this channel, I play through a lot of different types of games on different devices that we have. So for this stream, for example, this is a new game that came out pretty recently that we're working with and showing it on a new laptop. And I'll probably do the same thing on Thursday. I don't actually know what game I should do on Thursday yet. I'm kind of tempted to do League, or we can do something on the Go S maybe. I like showing this laptop a lot too. Okay, here's the end, I think, right? Can you see the whole map? Yes, you can. All right, I do not want to go fight yet. That's the exit. Towers in hand. Yes, handheld and go. What's up, Wadham? I gotta be honest, I'm loving the towers right now. This stream PC is a beast in terms of what I can do. Although I am debating see if I can find a better capture card. 'Cause I'm seeing even on this one, like, there's a little bit of capture card hitching because of the display output. I think I already tried borderless, right? Didn't I? I don't think it mattered. Yeah, just a little bit. It's super smooth on the laptop, but like the capture card can't keep up with the laptop screen. That's the main challenge I'm having currently. A lot of capture cards can't support these types of super high resolutions and refresh rates just yet. I think I need to go this way. There's a couple down here I'm trying to get to. Peak, I've seen that, Cal. I forgot about that. That would be a good game to play. Now you mention it. I don't know much about it, but I've seen that kind of getting popular, so I would be down to check it out as a new game. I like, honestly, jumping between different game titles each stream if possible. I mean, part of me wants to like explore this game more, but also I want to show a range of different games on here.
Hello there! Back to finish rack off, are ya? Wait, a masked adventurer and a living, breathing
Grow a
guy.
garden. I'll let Summer do Grow a Garden, okay? That's a Roblox game, right? You can't trick me. You can't fool me. You're playing right now, Fidget? Is it?
Impossible.
I gotta say, they nailed the marketing for that.
He broke me.
What?
Quiet. You'll bring foes and misfortune straight.
Is this weapons
Silence
upgrades?
it is. Find my
Rex
body
head.
and attach my head to it. Thank
Body
you.
somewhere that can be
Thank
attached to. Oh, I picked it up? Okay. Interesting. I wonder where I'll put it. Dude, I didn't realize you get so many coins from doing this. I need to do this way more. All the stuff I can get. See, that music with like the clarinet and the chimes, it's very like Harry Potter / Ori-ish. Roll a 6 on that or something? Run for it! Where's my dice? There it is. The dice is OP, I gotta be honest. Where's my ability? No. Oh, the dice is over here. Nice. I think you can kind of knock them out of their animations. That's nice. Okay, I'm just gonna keep choosing Pip Dust because I don't know what the Cinder is for yet. I haven't seen a place to use it. But maybe I don't have any, so that's why I couldn't use it in the first place. Tempest of Ice. Ooh, whips up a roaring tempest that inflicts chill. Let's try it. Ooh. Can't really tell the difference between the super one and the regular one. I like that it stays in the area for a while though too. It doesn't go quite as far. So maybe try it. Alright, I guess we can buy something at the merchant, which is up top. Wait, why does it have a star on it? I guess it's just that interactable thing. Not sure. Thank you, Summer. We are Poly Legion. Hey, you're Legion too. Not sure what you're supposed to do. You just type, like you said, and you'll get the key sent to you from Summer. Thank you, Summer. You also designed the props game Destroyed, so make sure you destroy them and show that off. True. I gotta show his hard work in terms of that.
Coins.
Do we know for sure he designed that piece though, or just polished it? Maybe it was already exploding. Ooh, max health. So this should get me to 95, right? Yes, it did. Okay, but it didn't actually heal me. I see. I see. So maybe it's not even worth getting that if you're not full health though. I need how much? 60? I have 11. I don't think I'm getting 11. I don't think I'm getting 60, I should say. That's the entrance. I guess we just go fight. don't see anything else I can do currently. You've gotten all the rooms. We are Legion because we are many, exactly. Maybe. Let's see how much we got around here. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that much. That's alright. Oh yeah, I gotta press this. Yeah, you got it. We are Polly. Funny they have a Legion name too, I gotta say. Love to see that. Yeah, animations are nice, Akuzny. I think Brant probably polished them. There's some more gold or coins, wherever they are. Now, do we get a different boss or the same one? That'll be the question. I imagine the same one. Yep, I was right.
Of your...
Alright. Redemption time, right? Yep, only gonna type it once. Oh, let's start with this one first this time. I think you get iframes right now. Yep, I do. Shoot. Run for it. This one's a little tricky. Reminds me almost of a little bit of Tunic with the gameplay too. You know, focus in more on this one. Oh gosh. It's not looking so great, chat. I'll be honest. Dang it, dude. That one's such a big attack. I don't know if I'm winning this one, but I'll try. Run. Ooh, I don't know how that didn't hit me. Ah! Did it. Oh, this one's so annoying. I wonder if he can hit himself with that. I should do it to lock into this, to be honest.
Let's tip the scale.
Alright. We've done better so far in the first round. Oh no, what? That's not what I was expecting. Whoa, that's a new move. At least they're not attacking at the same time. For now. Dude. I lied. They're attacking at the same time. Oh, shit, dude. It's fun, though. Okay, they leveled up the difficulty, I gotta say. The thing called 6K in your country, this thing I don't think is out in all the countries yet, is it? But I also work for Legion, so I didn't actually buy it. I'm just borrowing it, to be fair. Drink some water, you look sweaty? Wow, you can't just call me sweaty. I gotta lock in, that's all.
Tenfold.
I don't think you heal, Kuzni. At least so far, I don't think I've unlocked any way to heal yet. That's the challenge, honestly. Where's Captain Camera? He's downstairs, man. He actually does like this room a lot, though. So he may make appearances. I gotta set up like a captain bed. I'd have to close the door. I could keep in here, but then he probably would just whine at the door the whole time. So, I don't know. It's really fun, feels, I gotta say. Okay, so we're at 2 o'clock. Someone, do we have keys left we've not given away yet? Possibly. Versus let me look at this. Yeah, this is really fun to play. It's very satisfying to play, very snappy, very polished, I gotta say. Artistically. Yeah, the tornado I was trying to use, but it takes a while to charge up, so I stopped using it as much. I can use cinders. That's what I was figuring. You kind of have to maybe die once or come back and see. Red thing is health. The cinders, I mean? I don't think so.
I see you returning from... Instead,
I imagine one of the things I passed earlier is where I used the cinders, right?
So let's attach the
Oh,
pawn's
this
head.
guy. Oh, maybe now I see what you're saying. That was the head that we found earlier. Make a key drop for it, not for this game, Ahmed.
At last.
But we do have another key drop happening
Racket.
tomorrow for a
Does
different
this
game.
favor by any chance?
Yes, but
Oh boy.
if you can bring
There's the
me
cinders.
cinders, I can become whole again.
Ooh.
Nothing burns better in the belly.
Enhancements.
Look.
Ooh. Well, they need a lot though. Increases critical chance of weapon attacks, damage. Oh, okay. Here's where we get the more power. It makes sense. Charge attacks into a ranged windstorm. Ooh. Dang, these are cool. Last hit combo attack chance to burn. Restores health. Ooh. Restores health every 12, 10, 8 foes defeated based on the blessing's strength. Nice. That's pretty cool. Increases the health restored by 9%. Dang, I want to keep playing this, man. I need to put this on the go. I'm not gonna lie.
Out of my body and into your hands in no time.
You can hear
I'm
again,
sorry.
Summer. Oh, good. I was just checking. How many keys do we have left that we've not used yet, Summer? That's the main question for me at this moment. Because I'm trying to decide what we should do with them, basically. I don't think we're gonna give them out right now, but we can talk about if we want to do some for channel points, maybe at like a higher level, or just do raffles on a different stream potentially. There's some options there. Oh, it was on Game Pass, you? I didn't know that. There you go. You can check it out on that way too if you want to. 4 left. Okay, 4 left. We'll talk about it. We have some options. That's not really a lot for doing a channel points type of thing, but maybe just doing a different raffle a different day for these. We'll see. We'll see. Good number to hold on to, but you won a key yesterday, but was in a meeting and missed it. Where did you win the key? Not on our stream, probably, right? Unless it was maybe on Friday with Summer. I don't know. Anyway, chat. So it is 2 o'clock. Let me talk about some quick news before I wrap up things here. Just so you know, we have a key drop tomorrow for a game called When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. So make sure you jump onto our community site and you'll have a chance to grab that for free starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. The last key drop we ran last about 11 hours. I don't think it'd be quite as long this time. I would guess hopefully like at least 5 hours if all goes well. We have a little bit slightly fewer keys than last time, but still a lot of keys to go through. But I also think this one will get a little bit more virally picked up because we have like a schedule going now. So we'll see. Make sure you jump on there tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for your chance to grab it. And then every 2 weeks from now on, we're going to be doing another key drop. The one after this will be I Am Fish. And then I think I'll reveal the next title basically whenever the keys for Ski Lift run out, if that makes sense. So that's the goal, is to run every 2 weeks for these, every stream, every Tuesday and Thursday, so you have kind of a consistent schedule of events to look forward to, and then maybe even some streams from Summer and Trent. We'll see if they're up for it and can find a good balance of workload for that. That'll be pretty cool, so that's the hope. Stream code, good question. Summer, are you able to grab one really quickly? Just because I don't have the thing pulled up right now, but if you're able to for the for the end stream code, that'd be great. And yeah, I Am Fish looks cool. People are saying it's like the Finding Nemo type of game, which I could see that. So that one I'll probably try to play on stream potentially in a couple weeks. And the timing works out well because next week is the July 4th holiday, so I won't be streaming next Thursday, but week after that will be the next key drop. We'll play it that week for sure, which will be nice. Will the site be shut down during the drop? No, Waffle. So what we're going to try and do, like we did last time, if you're here for the golf game one, is we will only gate the key drop pages themselves. So you should still be able to access the rest of the site as normal if all goes well. That's the hope. Unless we get like a massive spike of traffic and we see the rest of the site starting to spike. That didn't happen last time, so fingers crossed it'll be good this time. Yep, just a giveaway page. All right, so I'll see you guys on Thursday. Not sure we're streaming on Thursday just yet. I gotta kind of see what else we have. I don't think we need Death Stranding because it's just for PlayStation, I believe. But there's other new games, maybe like Peak or something. We'll do that. And maybe look at a new device. I do have a Legion 5 we still have to unbox, so we could look at that too. Oh, last thing before I forget. I am hosting a Lenovo Live tomorrow, apparently, which is kind of like our live shopping thing that we do for Lenovo that Dweeble has wrote me into. So if you want to watch that, I'll be on basically like the Lenovo site tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can maybe do a multi-stream thing too. But Lenovo site tomorrow at 8 p.m., I believe. And I'll be showing a bunch of our products and talking about them if you want to see that too. That'll be over on the Lenovo site itself. So I think there's an event on the community site. If you want to check it out, there's like RCP stuff. So yep, I'll see you tomorrow and for Thursday, actually, and probably Friday. Stream just about every day. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you later. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.